How you doing? This is Coach DeCarlo. Today we want to talk about your message. Recently I was talking to someone and they were pointing me to someone else's site and they said, listen, look how they're doing it and you need to do it like this. And so I looked at the site and the person was doing an outstanding job, but I realized that that wasn't what I was called to do. And then of course I'm speaking to another friend and they tell me about this motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, because of course I was sharing with him what it was that I was doing in my message and sharing with people. And as you think you are, change your mind, change your world. And they said, well, that sounds much like Eric Thomas and what he does. So I listened to Eric Thomas, went out to YouTube, watched a couple of videos, and very powerful guy. But his message wasn't my message. And I've talked to many creators, and you want to share your message with the world. And you're saying, well, how do I get started? And I'm going to share with you some words. Jesus said this, that my sheep hear my voice and they follow me and they will not go to another. Now, when we're talking about my sheep, what we're talking about, whether you're talking about your business, whether you're talking about YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the other platforms, whatever it is you're trying to do, your message, your people out of 8 billion people will hear your voice. Now, they may hear other people's voices as well, but there's going to be certain people that gravitate towards you. We look at those with a very large following and we think to ourselves, man, they got a large following. Man, they must be doing extremely well. It's possible to have 1 million followers and a very small portion of that 1 million followers could actually be supporting that person and buying that person's products and, getting in on their coaching sessions and so forth. They just have a large audience. Some people follow because everybody's following. They say, well, if everybody else is following, there must be something to this. So, of course, they just follow, but they're not practicing the techniques. And it's possible that you can have a group of 200 people and they're very passionate about your message. That's who you want to reach. And if that 200 turns into 2,000 or 200,000, great. But what you want are people that hear your message and it resonates with them. That's your audience. So whether you're talking about business, whether you're talking about being an influencer, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to find your audience for you. And as you discover that audience, what you're going to do is find out that you can be yourself. You're not going to have to be, some other promoter, some other YouTube sensation or whatever. Yeah, you do the work. You sit there and you make sure that your thumbnails look good. You go through the editing process of your recordings and so forth. Those things are necessary. You want to have a good product no matter what it is that you're doing. So you don't want to just throw anything out there. But also, you need to find those who, when they hear your message, they find something that they find agreement with. That's your tribe. And as you find those folks, what you'll find is support. You'll be able to support them in their growth, and they'll support you in what it is that you're doing. But if you try to mimic somebody else because they have, let's say, 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, or Mr. Beast is working on 100 million followers. It's not to say that we can't be successful in getting our numbers up. What happens if you get your numbers up? Nobody's doing what it is that you've suggested for life change for them. It's possible to have all those great numbers and so forth, but you want those who resonate with your message and they want more. They can't help but keep coming back to get more of your message, whatever that message is. If you continue to do that, you're going to discover your tribe, your audience. Jesus said, listen, my sheep, and let me expound on the word sheep. Sheep are those who are moving forward, those who are advancing. And so is your message allowing those who are listening to that message to move forward, to advance, to begin living their life of purpose? Yeah, I could get up and I can scream and I can shout and I can do the motivational hoorah, but in doing that, I'm going to lose some of you. Some of you are really not here to be entertained. You're here to grow, to learn, to take your message and share it with the world. So my goal is to give you the tools, each day, each week, so that you can do that. And so as you discover your message, you begin to share that message. It may start in a small way, maybe a Facebook group, a YouTube channel, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the vehicle, but start sharing your message and find those who resonate with your message. I remember when I started on TikTok, I guess it's been probably still less than a year, but when I started on TikTok, somebody said, you did that Matrix thing, and maybe you need to do the Matrix thing and keep that Matrix theme on TikTok, and just keep them coming to the Matrix thing. I tried that Matrix thing that somebody had suggested, and I did it on YouTube to get bring about a point of how this law works. And you can stay in the dark, or you can and stay with the blue pill, or you can take the red pill and open your eyes of understanding and realize that the world that you're seeing is a virtual reality as you think you are. So that was the theme of the Matrix. I tried to take the theme of the Matrix to TikTok. I did the red pill, the blue pill, and of course I had the Morpheus sunglasses, and I'm like, so the reception was very low. And so I said, well, the Matrix theme isn't working. Then I tried another. I had a superhero theme that I did on YouTube a year or so back. And so I took clips of that and put that out there and to see how that resonated with the audience. And still, it didn't resonate with them. So I've tried the Matrix. I tried being a superhero. Then I tried something really, really, really strange. You know what that was? I tried being myself. And when I tried being myself and I started sharing my message, they started listening. So what am I saying to you? Yeah, you can go about it and try to be somebody else and put on a facade. In the end, you're going to find ultimately that that doesn't work for you. Even if you have a modicum of success, what you're going to find is you're not going to feel right, because you're going to have to keep portraying that person that you pretend to be to get that modicum of success. What happens when you start off being yourself and you be the best version of you and you begin sharing your message as you, whatever you looks like? I was interacting with somebody in Indonesia. He wanted to share Mr. Lindo and my message, with his people there. He says, people need what it is that you guys are sharing. And so we had a corresponding communication going back and forth. We were doing it by way of Messenger. And I told him that, of course, he could download our messages, translate them into Indonesia, and begin sharing it with his audience. But I did go out to his YouTube channel, and he was actually doing pretty good. He only had a few videos out there, and he had almost 1,800 people with a few videos. And I said, man, you're on track. Just keep doing what you're doing. And so he started letting me know, about the challenges that he was having. And I gave him some tools to disband all the challenges, no more excuses, only action. We have to move from excuses to solutions. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, stop the excuses. That's just ego's way of keeping you where you are. But when you start looking for solutions, they're there. And so I suggested to him a number of solutions, and if he begins to implement them, he's going to be the next thing in Indonesia, because what I know is people need to hear, whether it be through the teachings of Neville Goddard or like-minded teachers, these things are transformative. And as people get this information, you're going to transform lives. I've talked to people literally all over the world doing something similar, whether it be in Africa, whether it be in Australia, whether it be now in Indonesia. People are all over the world taking this message out. A lot of times people come to the Neville Goddard Next Generation Facebook group or the YouTube channel simply because they found something that agreed with their own message. So what they're hearing is their message being spoken through myself and Mr. Lindo. As you hear your message, it resonates with you. You say, I found something in this message that I found agreement with. And that's what I found with Neville Goddard. When I heard the message, it shook me because it was something that I had thought all along, but nobody was saying it. My goal is not to, of course, be Neville Goddard, and nor should your goal be to be Neville Goddard or DeCarlo Eskridge or Linda Warden or anyone else, but to be the best version of you. In being the best version of you, your message is not going to always sound like anyone else's. You have to tell your truth. What you'll discover is that anyone that you discover that's seemingly great, they only became so because they discovered their message. Creators, you're going to have to discover what's your message to your audience, to business owners, to the world at large. And when you discover that message, that's when you will discover your inner greatness. This is Coach DeCarlo saying, only you can create your perfect world. Not God, or man. Only you can create your perfect world. And have a great and abundant day.